wagon number UF 147AN for Nyat.
No, Buganda Kingdom has the similar amount of money that is supposed to be given. However, I visited the Katikiro. We agreed with them because they indicated that Buganda Kingdom has their methods and the culture that requires that certain provisions are done by the local people, by the kingdom's subjects. So we agreed with them that the money which is meant for Buganda Kingdom will be given to the kingdom at once, including the money for the vehicles, the 60 million cumulatively. Then they will handle it with the initiative that will not infringe on their culture, because they indicated that government or any other person cannot facilitate their king with a vehicle. So we have given them the money for all the accumulated financial year plus the vehicle, and we have handed the check to them. They now know how they are going to utilize that money.
Is there any other institution, cultural institution in that fashion?
Institutions have been facilitated in a similar way, but it's only Buganda Kingdom that requested that their culture and norms would not permit a monthly payment to their king, because their culture requires that it is the subjects of the king who should look after the kingdom, but the money from government can be utilized to undertake development initiative that the kingdom had already indicated in their work plan.
On a personal note, Minister, how do you
netukirespectinga netugamba nti kati mutubuulire engeri ki gye tusobola okukolagana ne Buganda okwongera amaanyi mu mirimu gyabwe. Buganda bakoze omulimu munene nnyo ate mulungi mu kukunga abantu mu byenkulaakulana. Programs ez'enjawulo muzze muziwulira, programs ez'okusomesa abaana, programs ez'omwana omuwala okulaba nti omwana oyo omuwala atwalibwa nga kyamuwendo, aweebwa omukisa ogusoma, n'okukendeeza ebyo byonna ebitera okutewaanya omwana oyo omuwala. Ebyenkulaakulana mu kulima emmwanyi, muwulidde kampeni ya Buganda ey'emmwanyi terimba, ebyokulwanyisa endwadde nga siriimu. Buganda bakoze omulimu gw'amaanyi. So ne tugamba nti ne bwe tuba tetubawadde motoka oba kutona bintu ng'abamu bwe baalirowoozezza, tusigala tukolagana ne Buganda mu programs ez'enjawulo. So bwe baba nti balina program ye beetaaga gavumenti eyongeremu amaanyi, twakkiriziganya nti ekyo tujja kikola naye nga turespectinga n'ennono yaabwe. So y'ensonga lwaki mubaweeredde emmotoka wano Buganda tebaddeemu. Naye tekitegeeza nti Buganda tekolagana na gavumenti, tekitegeeza nti Buganda teyagala gavumenti kyekoledde bannaabwe abalala. Tukolagana nabo mu programs nyingi. Mpozi obukulembeze obulala obutabadde wano bwe bwa abagwere. Abagwere okuva lwe eyali ikumbania waabwe lwe yafa, babadde tebanakkaanya ani ikumbania wadde bali gazetted. So abagwere tutaddewo amaanyi ag'enjawulo okubatabaganya, tulabe nti mu kiseera ekitali kyewala bakkiriziganya nga bayita mu bukiiko bwabwe batuwe ikumbania, era naye kasita bamutuuza bwe bati mmotoka eyiye yesigaddeyo, sente zaayo tuzirina, kaŋŋambe nti n'ogigula twagigula weeri, ne pikapu ye weeri, ekisigalidde kulaba nti tubatabaganya. Tukolaganye ne Interreligious Council, era wenjogerera wano waliwo meetings ezigenda mu maaso mu bitundu ebyebugwere, nga meetings ezo zikulemberwa aba Interreligious Council. Bishop Lwere asobola omutuukako ajja mutegeeza amaanyi ge tutaddemu mu kutabaganya ab'Obwakabaka obw'ebugwere. era bwe bakitereeza nabo tujja kukolagana nabo. So nga bw'ogambye emmotoka zino tuziwa abakulembeze abali gazetted oba obukulembeze obuli gazetted, era omulala yenna bw'ajja mu mwaka ogujja n'aba cleared nga tupulaninga era nabo tubasobozese okukola omulimu gwabwe.
We have handed over vehicles to all the cultural institutions that are officially gazetted. These are 16 in numbers. Each of them has received a station wagon worth about 500 million and a pickup which is for their security worth about 300. So each set given to each of the institutions, which is a station wagon and a pickup, is about 800 million. The purpose of giving these vehicles are recognition that these cultural leaders are always interacting with the community. The Constitution preserves the culture, the norms and the values of each of our traditional institutions. Therefore, as Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, we work with these cultural institutions to ensure that we reform cultures that are repugnant. Most of them have reformed those cultures. Most of them are preaching the gospel of household wealth creation, development initiative. They are into land conflict mediation. They are handling issues to do with domestic violence, issues to do with the teenage pregnancies. So in other words, they are supporting government to do the work that government would have been done in each of their institutions. So that's why today we hand over this for them to be supported, and we are supposed to replenish this after every 5 years. And as you are aware, we also pay allowances for each of these cultural institutions at a monthly rate of 60 million for the 16 gazetted one.
Honorable Minister, I wanted to understand, is it...
Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, and Mama Janet Kataha Museveni. I thank the Minister of Gender and her team for the warm welcome which they have accorded me this morning upon arrival at this distinguished ceremony, where we are going to do a ceremony of handover of vehicles to cultural leaders, a ceremony which is indeed unprecedented. I congratulate the Minister. As you may wish to note, the Minister and the PS have said that this is really the golden time for members of Parliament who are NRM. And when I was asked to come to this ceremony 2 days ago, I asked the person who gave me a phone call to first allow me to think. Gloria is the one who rang me. So she allowed me to think, then she called again. I was politely trying to ask her if it is possible to find an alternative. But she rang me again after a few minutes and said, have you finished thinking? I told her that I will come to the ceremony. I know that we get blessings from elders and we get blessings through our culture. So today, I may not have been in my programs of planning for tomorrow physically, but spiritually through your blessings, we are there with the teams on the ground. And I request you to continue praying very hard for me and other colleagues to win the election tomorrow. I don't know whether it's possible for everyone to win, everyone who is campaigning. But I also had another interruption where His Excellency the President sent me to Brazil just immediately after the nomination. And what I want to share with you, cultural leaders, is that every time His Excellency the President has sent me to represent him in our neighborhood, or even as far as Brazil, I meet very senior politicians there who are his colleagues, and they normally ask me to ask all the people of Uganda to keep on supporting His Excellency the President and to keep on listening to his guidance on the programs. And the major reason which they always tell me is that His Excellency the President of Uganda has ushered in sustainable peace and tranquility here in Uganda, but also to the neighboring countries. When you speak to the President of South Sudan, and you speak to the President of Somalia, when you speak to the President of DRC, the President of Central African Republic, the President of Equatorial Guinea, the President of South Africa, and many others, they will always tell you, and they have always told me, to remind the people of Uganda that the peace here has been exported to their countries, and therefore the architect of that peace should continue to be preserved by all of us. So I don't know whether it is God which made this timing of handing over vehicles at this time. I am tempted to ask the cultural leaders that as you are doing the roles and responsibilities of your institutions with the brand new machines which the ministers procured, we as the leaders who are serving under His Excellency the President request that you also whisper to your subjects that 2026 is near and His Excellency the President is still on the ballot paper, so that we continue enjoying these very good programs which are embracing all